Starting with the methods of preparation of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Methods of preparation. How can we prepare haloalkanes and haloarenes? What are the various methods to prepare haloalkanes and haloarenes? The first method is we can prepare haloalkanes from alcohols. We can prepare from alcohols. What are the various methods to prepare haloalkanes from alcohols? I am just writing the general equation first of all. ROH, where R may be any alkyl group, it may be methyl, ethyl, propyl, etc. When we do its reaction with any of the hydrohalic acid, HX, it may be HCl, it may be HBr, it may be HI, etc. So when we do the reaction of any alcohol with any hydrohalic acid, we will get the alkyl halide prepared, right? So this is one method of preparation. Now let's do the detail of this. Say for example, if we have a primary alcohol like it may be methanol or it may be ethanol, when we do its reaction with HCl, the reaction will take place in presence of anhydrous ZnCl2 and the compound obtained will be CH3Cl plus H2O, right? Now this HCl plus anhydrous ZnCl2, the mixture of the two, there is a special name for this. What it is? That is Lucas reagent. This mixture of the two is called as Lucas reagent. Now what is the role of anhydrous ZnCl2 here? Anhydrous ZnCl2 being a Lewis acid, will make this carbon oxygen bond more polar. This will be making this bond weaker, and that is how hydroxide can easily be removed. And hydroxide can easily be removed means then Cl can come in its place. So that is the role of anhydrous ZnCl2. It is acting as a Lewis acid and will be making carbon oxygen bond weaker, right? Now we are moving to the, say for example, in place of having a primary alcohol, we have a secondary alcohol, say it is CH3CHOHCH3. Now in such a case, the reaction will be bit faster. We can do the reaction with HCl, and in presence of anhydrous ZnCl2, the reaction will take place and we will be getting the corresponding chloride CH3CHCl CH3 plus H2O. Now what if we have a tertiary alcohol? If there is a tertiary alcohol we take, then simply by treating with concentrated HCl itself, like say for example, if we have tertiary alcohol, that is CH3CH3C, this is tertiary butyl alcohol. Now this tertiary butyl alcohol simply on reaction with HCl will be giving the corresponding chloride. So what does it tell us, or what can we infer with these reactions? It simply tells us that tertiary alcohol is most reactive for these reactions. Tertiary alcohol is most reactive, followed by secondary and then primary. So this is the order of reactivity of alcohols with what? With HX. Order of reactivity of alcohols with HX. Now moving to the next. Now what if in place of chloroalkanes we are supposed to prepare bromo and iodo? Then what to do? Say for example, if we are supposed to prepare the bromoalkane, then in that case we will simply heat the alcohol with HBr and we will be getting the corresponding alkyl bromide. And if we are supposed to prepare alkyl iodide, in alkyl iodide we will be doing the reaction of this with HI and we will be getting RI, or you may say, because here we have taken the methyl group, so we will be getting methyl iodide easily. right? So that is how we can prepare it. So here what do we conclude regarding the reactivity of HBr, HI, etc.? So here you can see that when we were doing the reaction with HCl, we were requiring a catalyst, so it is a slow reactive compound, you may say. While if we compare the reactivity with HI and HBr, what is the order of reactivity? HI is most reactive, followed by HBr, followed by HCl, followed by HF. Why is it so? Why HI is most reactive? Order of reactivity. This is the order of reactivity. Why HI is most reactive? HI is most reactive because of the largest size of iodine, because largest iodide ion is largest size of iodine. So because of that, this HI bond is weakest bond. Weakest bond means minimum bond dissociation enthalpy. Minimum bond dissociation enthalpy means most reactive. Bond dissociation enthalpy. So that is how we can prepare alkyl halides by reaction of alcohols with HCl or HBr or HI. Now moving to the next, that is how can we prepare alkyl halides on reaction with the phosphorus halides. The next method. So this was like from alcohol. In this, the first method was on reaction with hydrohalic acid. This is one. Now the second one is on reaction with phosphorus halides. Now which phosphorus halides we are talking about? It is phosphorus trihalide or it may be phosphorus pentahalide. So if we talk about phosphorus pentahalide, PX5, only PCl5 we will talk about. Only PCl5. Why not PBr5 and PI5? Because these are not existing, or you can say they do not exist. Why they don't exist? Because of the large size of bromide and iodide. Because they are the large sized ions, that is why they cannot be accommodated around the phosphorus atom. They will be causing repulsion, and that is why this is not at all existing. So only PCl5 we will talk about. PF5 also we are not discussing about. Why? Because PF5 is again because of the small size of fluorine will not be so reactive. So let's do the reaction of alcohol. Say it is C2H5OH. If we do its reaction with PCl5, we will be getting C2H5Cl plus POCl3 plus HCl. So that is how we can prepare the chloroalkane on reaction of an alcohol with PCl5. Similarly, we can have a reaction with phosphorus trihalide also. In trihalide, let me tell you that we will always be taking PCl3 as it is. Like C2H5OH, we do its reaction with PCl3, we will be getting C2H5Cl plus H3PO3. If we balance the reaction, it will become 3 here and it is 3 here. So that is how the reaction is taking place. Now what about if we are supposed to prepare bromoalkane or iodoalkane? So in such a case, we can't take the PBr3 or PI3. We have to take that in situ. What does it mean? What is the meaning of in situ? C2H5OH. Say if I want to prepare bromoalkane using the trihalide, phosphorus trihalide, then I have to take PBr3 in situ. What does it mean in situ? I will be taking the reactants required for PBr3. So it will be red phosphorus plus bromine. The two will be reacting during the reaction itself to give PBr3. So we are not taking the prepared PBr3 here. So this will be reacting and we will be getting a product that is C2H5Br plus H3PO3. So that is how the reaction will take place if we want to prepare bromoalkane from alcohols. Now there is another way also from alcohols itself. If we want to prepare chloroalkane, then there is a special method. What it is? By reaction with thionyl chloride. by reaction with thionyl chloride. This is another method. Now what is this thionyl chloride? It is SOCl2. SOCl2 is thionyl chloride. So say for example we have C2H5OH, and if we do its reaction with SOCl2, it will be forming C2H5Cl plus SO2 plus HCl. This is considered as the best method for the preparation of chloroalkanes. Why is it considered as best method for the preparation of chloroalkanes? Because both the byproducts formed here are gaseous. So that is why they will easily escape out. They will easily escape out, leaving behind the chloroalkane. So these are important questions. What are the important questions? What I am talking about? Like here, why this method is considered as the best method? Why the preparation of chloroalkanes using thionyl chloride with alcohol is considered as one of the best method? The question can be like this: what is the role of anhydrous ZnCl2 while we prepare chloroalkane from alcohols on reaction with HCl? So this type of questions we should know that how to answer, or what is the answer for these questions. Now we are starting with the next method. From alcohols is one method. In alcohol we can react alcohol with hydrohalic acid, we can react alcohol with SOCl2, we can react alcohol with phosphorus pentachloride or with phosphorus trihalides, right? Now we are starting with the next method, that is from hydrocarbons. We can prepare alkyl halides or aryl halides on reaction with hydrocarbons, from hydrocarbons. Now from hydrocarbons, in this the first we are doing from alkanes. We can prepare alkyl halides on reaction, or you can say on halogenation of alkanes. Like say for example we are taking CH4Cl2. If we do its reaction in presence of sunlight, then free radical substitution will take place and the compound obtained will be CH3Cl plus HCl. This will be the reaction taking place here. Along with this we will be getting CH2Cl2, we will be getting CHCl3, we will be getting CCl4 also, right? Now here there is a drawback of this method. This is never ever considered as a good method for the preparation. Why is it so? Why is it not considered as a good method for the preparation? Because it is giving the so many byproducts, and all these byproducts are having almost equal boiling point. So that is why it is difficult to separate them. Now what if the compound is like this, CH3, CH2, CH3, and if we do reaction with Cl2, halogenation or chlorination, the substitution will happen at the primary carbon as well as at the secondary carbon. So we will again get the mixture of product, that is CH3, CH2, CH2Cl, that is 1 chloropropane. We will get CH3, CHCl, CH3, 2 chloropropane also. So that is how we will be getting the mixture of products here. Now we can prepare alkyl halides from alkenes also. Next is from alkenes. How can we get alkyl halides from alkenes? By the addition reaction. This was an example of substitution reaction. Which type of substitution? Free radical substitution, because it was taking place in presence of sunlight. So taking place by the homolytic cleavage of the bone. Now here we are doing it from alkenes. From alkenes here we have we can do the addition reaction. So how can we do addition? That is, say for example this is the alkene and we are adding the hydrohalic acid to it, and we will be getting a compound, that is H will be added on one side of the double bond. H will be added on one side of the double bond and X will be added on the other side. So here is H, say, and here it will be X. So that is how double bond converted to a single bond and we got an alkyl halide. So this is a general reaction. What if I write a specific reaction? Like say for example we have ethene and we do its reaction with HCl. If we do its reaction with HCl, then the compound obtained will be CH3CH2Cl. H on one side and Cl on the other side. Addition reaction is taking place. What if the alkene taken is not ethene, it is this alkene, and we do addition of HBr, or it may be HCl also or HI also, then again addition will take place, H on one side of double bond and Br on the other side of double bond, but it won't happen randomly, it will be according to Markovnikov's rule. So what this Markovnikov's rule state, according to the Markovnikov rule, the addition of any unsymmetrical reagent when take place to an unsymmetrical alkene, we can see that here the alkene is unsymmetrical, double bond is not in the middle, so that is why the negative part of the addendum, this Br minus, will go to that carbon of double bond which is having lesser number of hydrogens. So the Br will come to this, and then what will be the product? The product obtained will be 2-bromopropane. Br is coming here and H is going here. So that is how we will be getting 2-bromopropane as the product. Now what if we add halogen molecule? Like what I am trying to say for example, if it is CH3 CH double bond CH2 and we add Br2 in presence of CCl4, then Br on one side, Br on the other side. So the product obtained will be CH3 CHBr CH2 Br. We will be getting 1,2-dibromopropane will be the product. Here no Markovnikov's addition because the reagent added is not unsymmetrical, it is symmetrical. So it won't make any difference to the product. So that is why no Markovnikov addition. Now we can prepare haloarenes also from hydrocarbons. How can we prepare haloarenes from hydrocarbon? What are the methods for it? By reaction of benzene. So from benzene, or we can do it from benzene, right? Haloarenes, preparation of haloarenes. How can we do it? Say for example, we have benzene, and if we do its halogenation like chlorination in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, in place of taking this you may take some other catalyst also, and if the reaction is taking place in dark, it will lead to the electrophilic substitution. So here it will be chlorobenzene plus HCl. This is electrophilic substitution taking place. Electrophilic substitution, the same reaction, the mechanism and all we did in class 11. H ion, that is electrophile, from benzene is being substituted by Cl plus ion. Is substituted by Cl plus ion, right? So that is how the reaction is taking place. Now we can prepare, we can have some more examples of it. Say for example, we have toluene we have. If we do the reaction of toluene with halogenation, and the reaction is taking place in dark in presence of Fe, then again electrophilic substitution will take place and we will be getting the mixture of product, that is 2-chlorotoluene and 4-chlorotoluene, or you can say orthochlorotoluene and parachlorotoluene. So this will be the product obtained when we do the reaction in presence of iron and dark. But if we carry out the reaction of toluene itself with chlorine in presence of sunlight, then it won't be this type of reaction. It won't be electrophilic substitution. It will undergo the free radical substitution in the side chain, and that is how the product obtained will be, that is CH2Cl plus HCl. So that is how the reaction will take place. Everybody should be very clear about it, that in presence of sunlight there won't be any ring substitution, there won't be any electrophilic substitution. The substitution will take place but in the side chain. While if we carry out the reaction in presence of a catalyst, in presence of dark, or you can say in absence of sunlight, then it will be an electrophilic substitution, it will be a ring substitution. So that is how we can prepare it. Now there is another method also, like we can prepare by Sandmeyer's reaction. The next is by Sandmeyer's reaction. Now what is this Sandmeyer's reaction? In Sandmeyer's reaction, we take benzene diazonium chloride, benzene diazonium chloride. We take diazonium chloride, benzene diazonium chloride. So let's write the formula first. We have benzene ring. This is the benzene. Diazo. Diazo is used for nitrogen, and diazo means there should be N2. Diazo group. Em means there is a positive charge. There is a positive charge. Chloride means there is chloride. So this is the formula of benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride. Now this benzene diazonium chloride on reaction with cuprous halide, it may be like Cu2Cl2. When we do its reaction with cuprous halide like Cu2Cl2, the compound will be chlorobenzene plus N2. If we do the reaction of benzene diazonium chloride, that is N2Cl, if we do its reaction with Cu2Br2, then the compound obtained will be, that is bromobenzene plus N2. If we want to prepare, so these reactions are called as Sandmeyer's reaction. These reactions are Sandmeyer's reaction. Now here I want to mention one thing, that how do we prepare this diazonium salt. This diazonium salt can be prepared by a process that is diazotization. We can prepare it by the process that is diazotization. Now what is this diazotization? It is the reaction of aniline. It is the reaction of aniline with the nitrous acid. Now what is this nitrous acid? HNO2, nitrous acid. But this nitrous acid is not at all stable. It has a very high tendency to undergo oxidation. That is why we always take nitrous acid in situ. In situ means it will be taken like this. That is, we will be taking NaNO2 plus HCl. The two will be reacting during the reaction itself to give the nitrous acid, and the reaction will take place in the ice cold solution. Now the two will be undergoing reaction and they will be forming HNO2, and HNO2 will be reacting with aniline to give this diazonium salt. So that is how the reaction or the process diazotization. Now we got benzene diazonium salt. Now we can do its reaction with cuprous halide and will be getting the corresponding haloarine. Now what about the preparation of iodobenzene? If we are supposed to prepare iodobenzene, how will we do it? We will do the reaction with of benzene diazonium chloride with potassium iodide. The reaction of this benzene diazonium chloride with potassium iodide will be helping us to obtain the iodobenzene. So this is iodobenzene plus N2. So that is how we can prepare iodobenzene. Now the next method of preparation is the halogen exchange. Now here we should observe that HF is very less reactive or HI is highly reactive. Similarly, we don't have PI3 or we don't have PI5 or PBr5 etc. So that is why we need to prepare them in situ. So in such a case, what are we supposed to do? How can we prepare iodoalkanes or fluoroalkanes? For them we need to have the special method. And what is that method? That is that already alkyl halide is there and we will simply exchange the halogen. So what is this reaction? Like say for example RX, and if we do its reaction with NaI or Ki, anything, and if we reflux in presence of acetone, then what will happen? This halogen will undergo the exchange with iodide ion. What is this halogen? It may be either chloride or bromide, that's all. So when the two are either we have chloroalkane or we have bromoalkane, and when we do its reaction with sodium iodide or potassium iodide in presence of acetone, the compound here obtained will be Ri plus NaX. If we write the original reaction or the proper equation, then it will become C2H5Br. Do its reaction with sodium iodide in presence of acetone, the compound obtained will be C2H5I plus NaBr. This is a name reaction and a very important reaction. What is the name of this reaction? It is Finkelstein reaction. Finkelstein reaction. This reaction is named as Finkelstein reaction. Name reaction, very important. Now what about the preparation of fluoroalkane? Say for example we have CH3Br, and if we do its reaction with AgF, silver fluoride. Then the compound obtained will be CH3F plus AgBr. So here we should pay attention. We can take the low reactive metal fluoride. Like in place of AgF, we may take Hg2F2, we may take SbF3, or we may take COF2 also. So all these compounds on reaction with either bromoalkane or chloroalkane will be giving the fluoroalkanes, and this is again a name reaction. That is why very important. What is the name of this reaction? This is Schwarz reaction. So these are various methods of preparation of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Thank you.